In the last video, we have tried to understand what is inheritance, extends keyword, what is parent class, the base class, and what is the subclass or the child class, and what is the use of inheritance. It's time to understand more on the concept of inheritance. As you can see, we have two classes here. One class has some property, instance variable, and then we have a method. Another class we don't have anything, and right now these two classes are unrelated classes. That means there is no relationship built. We can build is a relationship, which is the inheritance. I'll say here class tiger extends, I'll say here extends animal. That means tiger is a animal. The moment I have told extends, animal becomes the parent class, tiger becomes the child class, and whatever properties and behavior we have inside the animal class, that got inherited inside the tiger class. So from your eyes you cannot see here, but we do have the age variable declared and we do have the eat method also present here. I'll create the instance of tiger here. I'll say here tiger type t equals to new tiger. All right, and using the reference t dot, I would like to invoke the eat method. I'll say t dot eat. You can see if I'm able to invoke the eat method, that means eat method is present here also inside the tiger class, because this is the object of tiger class. And if I'm able to invoke the method, that shows we should be having the eat method here, but we have not hard coded, we have reused the code from the previous class. The moment we have told just extends animal, so whatever we had here, that got inherited inside this also. Great. Now what you need to understand here is, maybe I would like to write one method here, whatever is the method. Okay, within this method I would like to just to say here age equals to maybe whatever 4. Great. And I would like to just print the value of age here. I'll say here age is, and whatever data we have inside the age. Please see here, usually we use the variable only if we have declared. If you have not declared the variable, you should not be using it. What do you mean by that? I have declared a variable, then I can use it. I can say here age. Example, we don't have a variable here called as maybe n. We don't have any variable. I cannot directly use any variable here, maybe n equals to maybe 18. I cannot use that because we don't have variable by the name n. If you want that, first you have to declare, I'll say integer type of n, and then I can use it. Great. Now I'm not declaring the age variable here directly if I'm able to use, but however, the moment I have told extends here, this was declared here, and extends keyword promotes inheritance. That means whatever variable was declared here as it is, it got inherited here also inside the tiger. That means it is available inside the tiger also, so only I could able to use it. That means variables and methods both gets inherited in the child class. Now I would like to just invoke here t dot sleep. We'll talk more on the inherited methods, overridden methods, specialized method going forward in the next video. But to start with, I would like to just run this program. If I have to run this program, you can see age is 4. Animal is to survive, age is 4. That means I can reuse the variable, and it also shows that variables also do get inherited. That means inheritance refers to one class acquiring the properties and behavior of another class. Now the important point you have to understand here is, I'll make this variable private. The moment I made this variable private, I'm getting one error here. That means this is not getting inherited. The first and the important key point which you need to understand about the inheritance is that private members of a class will not participate in inheritance. They have restriction within the same class, as we had understood in encapsulation also. The moment I have made it private, I'm getting the error. It shows that age variable have not participated in inheritance. That means it didn't got inherited in the tiger, and since it did not inherit in the tiger, I'm getting the error here, and this error is a proof that age variable have not participated in inheritance. That shows private members of a class will not get inherited in the child class. That's the point number 1. Point number 2, whatever hierarchy you can see on your screen, it is the one level inheritance, or you can say single level inheritance. We have tiger class, its parent is animal. Simple. We can have multi-level, and the level can be anything. Multi-level inheritance. That means one more class I would like to write here. Maybe I'll say here, okay, anything. You can say maybe white tiger. any name, doesn't matter. I'll say extends tiger. Okay. And what I'm trying to say here is, now white tiger parent is tiger, tiger parent is animal, right? This is multi-level inheritance. One child class has its parent class. This child class has its own parent class. That parent class has its own parent class. This is multi-level inheritance. I have my parent, they have their parent, they have their parent, and the level can go to anything. There is no restriction that the multi-level should be restricted 2, 3, 4. No, it can have, white tiger can have its own child class again, that can have its own child class. Fine. So this is called as multi-level inheritance, as it is allowed in Java. You can have its parent, this parent class has its own parent, and that parent will have its own parent. Now all these properties and behavior got inherited here as it is, and we have extra sleep method. Now in the white tiger, you will have sleep method also, you will have age, and the eat method also. Not age, it is private. Eat method also will be available here. Why? Because of the multi-level inheritance. Now from your eyes, you cannot see eat method here, but you have told extends, right? The moment you have told extends, this method also got inherited, and you cannot see, but behind the scene eat method is present here also. So right now in the tiger, we have totally two methods, eat and sleep. Hence both the methods will get inherited here. So in the white tiger, you will have sleep method also, you will have eat method also. And let me just show you this. I would like to just go back. I'll create the instance of this. I'll say here maybe wt equals to new. Okay. And I would like to just say here wt dot eat. I can able to invoke that, and I'll say wt dot sleep. See, I'm able to invoke these methods. That means through the concept of multi-level inheritance, it got inherited to the tiger class. From the tiger class, we have eat and sleep method both. It got inherited in the white tiger. This is multi-level inheritance. And one more interesting part here is, I would like to just show you here. I would like to go back and say wt dot. You can see so many other methods are there. Apart from the sleep and eat method, we have equals, get class, hash code, notify, and the other methods. Where are they? Have you declared them inside this class? No. Have you declared them inside this? No. Have you declared them inside this? No. From where we are getting that? Remember this. Whenever you have not defined any parent directly, the default parent is the object class. Behind the scene in Java, there is a class called as object class, which is the parent of all the classes, and this class is a parent of all classes. Inside this class, there are so many methods and variables defined already by the Java team. That is a predefined class. And if you have not specified any extends keyword, any parent here explicitly, behind the scene you have not specified, but behind the scene this class is extending object. You have not hard coded, but behind the scene this is included. And whatever methods we have in the predefined class object got inherited here. So right now in the animal class, we do not have only eat method. We have all the methods coming from the object also. So inside this class, all the methods from object class plus eat method is available. And all of them as it is will get inherited in the tiger class. Now in the tiger class, we have eat method, all the methods of object also which got inherited here. From there, it got inherited here. Right? So all the object class methods, tiger methods, and the animal methods, and from there it got inherited here. So only if you just go back here, wt dot, you are able to see all these methods. These methods are coming from the tiger. From the tiger, how tiger got those methods? From the animal. How animal got those methods? From the object class. So from the object class, all the methods got inherited in the animal class. From there, right now from your eyes you cannot see, you can see only eat method. But we do have all the methods from object class also. Behind the scene, by default, this class is extending object. From there, all these methods are getting inherited. This is because of the multi-level inheritance. You could able to see those extra methods also. Fine. So that's the default parent of all the classes in Java. And one more very, very important concept is that in Java, multiple inheritance is not allowed. Multiple means one child class cannot claim that it has multiple parents. Example, I'll go back here, I'll define one more class. Maybe I'll say class, whatever, maybe I'll say lion. Okay, great. We have lion here. And right now, white tiger already extending tiger. Great. You cannot say extend tiger, comma, lion. You cannot say that. You cannot say maybe extend tiger and extends maybe lion. It's not possible. I'm getting the compile time error. No syntax you can try. One child class, this is illegal. This is not allowed here. Making sense? So one class cannot have multiple parent classes. In real world also, can you have multiple fathers? It's not allowed. Multiple parents? No. One individual cannot have multiple parents. Similar to that, one class cannot have multiple parent classes, and this is not allowed, and this is we call it as multiple inheritance. There is an alternative for this in the interfaces we are going to understand going forward, but now multiple inheritance is not allowed. For an instance, suppose we do have some class here. All right, so let me just try to add this here. Let me take one example here. Suppose there is a class by the name A. So we have one class here A. Inside this class, we have one variable integer type of age whose value is 4. Great. We have one more class called as B. Great. And inside this, we have this variable, same variable, which is age whose value is 5. Great. I have one more class, which is C, class C. And I cannot say extends A also, extends B also. He is also my father. I want to take all his properties. He is also my father. I want to take his properties also. In the real life, it is not allowed. Even in Java also, it is not allowed. This is multiple inheritance. One class trying to say that this is also my parent class, this is also my parent class. One class at a time cannot inherit the properties and behavior of two different classes. It leads to ambiguity. Ambiguity term refers to confusion to the Java compiler. Like, how can you have two fathers? It's not allowed. And it also refers to diamond shaped problem. Why? If you have explicitly not defined any parent to A and B, who's the default parent? Object. One parent can have multiple child classes. There is no problem. In the real life also, one parent can have multiple childs. No problem, right? So here also it is allowed. Object is one parent and it has multiple childs. It looks like a diamond. This entire hierarchy is referred as diamond shaped problem, and multiple inheritance is not allowed in Java. Multi-level is different. I have my parents, they have their parents, they have their parents. That's a multi-level. But one class cannot claim that this is also my parent, this is also my parent. One child class cannot have multiple parent classes, and it is not allowed in Java. And one more important point is that you cannot have cyclic inheritance. Cyclic inheritance means, you can say here, class tiger extends animal, and class animals is trying to say here extends tiger. It's not allowed. This is not allowed. Animal is extending tiger, tiger is extending animal. This is cyclic inheritance. You can see here Java compiler, the hierarchy of this animal is inconsistent. Okay, let me just go back here. You can see here, I would like to go back here. Cycle detected. A cycle exists in the type hierarchy between tiger and animal. Cyclic inheritance. I am trying to say that you are my parents, and my parent is telling no, you are my parent. Is it allowed? Not allowed, right? So in the programming also it is not allowed. So this is called as cyclic inheritance. This class is telling that I want to inherit from you, you are my parent. And animal is telling like no, you are my parent, I want to inherit from you. And this cyclic inheritance is not allowed in Java. And this is also one of the crucial point. Apart from that, constructors, they do not participate in inheritance. What do you mean by that? Please do watch the constructor video in depth. If you want to understand this better, I would suggest you to watch the constructors videos. In this particular playlist, same Java simplified playlist, you can find the constructor video where I have talked about what exactly constructors are. Okay. Now you know very well it will be executed during the object creation. I'll say here animal constructor. Great. So when you create the instance of animal, that will be executed, right? And again, I'll have here and say tiger constructors. According to me, constructors do not participate in inheritance. They do not get inherited. All right. I would like to just go back and say tiger constructor. Great. Please see here, I'm creating the instance of tiger. Okay. I would like to comment this. Wonderful. I'm creating the instance of tiger here. Great. That means during the object creation, tiger constructor will be executed and you'll be getting this message. If I have to run this application, you're also getting the message. All right. Let me just see. There is some error here which I have to rectify. There is no. All right. Let me just cross check. Yep. I'm trying to print here. Okay. All right. Nothing is there right now because age is private. It will not participate in inheritance. You cannot print. I would like to run this. Please see here. Animal constructor, tiger constructor. Am I creating the object of animal here? Constructor gets executed when you create the object. During the object creation, constructor will be invoked. Am I creating the object of animal? No, but I am getting the message. Whatever message is there here, that means whatever message you have inside this constructor, that is getting executed. It shows constructors are also getting inherited, but the answer is no. Constructors never get inherited, but it is getting executed because of the super method call present inside the constructor. In the constructor video also I have told, now also I'll say, whether you write or you don't write, whether you specify or you don't specify, by default behind the scene the first statement of constructor is the super method call. Super method call will be there. So when you create the instance of tiger, from here control would go here. Before executing the body, there is a super method call present. If you want, you can specify. Even if you don't specify, it is super by default. And the duty of super method is to invoke the parent class constructor. Now tell me, who is the parent of tiger? The parent of tiger is animal. Now the moment you have told super, you are trying to say that please first invoke parent class constructor which is 0 parameterized. So in the parent class, tiger parent is animal. In the animal class, do we have a constructor with the 0 arguments? Yes. So from here, control is going this and it is getting executed. So when you run this program, I'm getting the animal class constructor also. Why? It's not that animal constructor is getting inherited in the tiger. Constructors will not get inherited. It is getting executed because of super method which is present inside the tiger class, inside the child class of the constructor. See, whether you specify or you don't specify, by default super method will be there. And what is the duty of super method call inside a constructor? If you ask me, it is there to invoke the parent class constructor. Fine, super method duty is to call the parent class constructor. So constructors do not participate in inheritance, but they'll get executed. The parent class constructor will get executed because of super method call present inside the child class. I hope you have understood. Now just to summarize what we have seen in this video, the point number 1, private members do not participate in inheritance. Point number 2, constructors also do not participate in inheritance. Point number 3, single level inheritance is allowed. One child is having one parent. Multi-level inheritance is allowed. One has its parent, that has its parent, that has its parent. Multiple inheritance in Java is not allowed. One child class cannot try to inherit from 2 classes. One class cannot have 2 parent class. That is also not allowed. Apart from that, cyclic inheritance is also not allowed. One class cannot inherit from a class. Again, that class also trying to inherit from the same class. So the cyclic inheritance is also not allowed, which we have seen in this video. And these critical points are very important for your interview also. And as a Java developer, you must be knowing by default. More on this, we have to understand about the inherited methods, overridden methods, and specialized method, which we'll try to understand in the next video.